Okay, I think that we can start now. So let's start with our presentation. And here that you can see it says cloud leads the future, reshapes the value change. So this is something true with our brand because all our products can be managed directly through a cloud. So this is a cool feature that, okay, let's say other vendors have these days, but we have more features than there. And this makes very easy for you and convenient to manage your products via all the cloud management and also through the mobiles applications as well. So as you can see here, let's start with our, let's say, small introduction or brief introduction about Reyee. This is a top networking vendor from China, and as you can see here from this top assessment organization, let's say Gartner is one of them. It is becoming of an our brand is becoming of a niche player alongside with, let's say, Ubiquiti, Dell Technologies, Deepelink is located in this field. And according to IDC, is our brand is the top three networking vendor of China. We are the number ones in Wi-Fi 6 products. We are the number two in market share in Chinese enterprise WLAN market, and we are the number three market share in the Chinese Ethernet switch market. So as you can see, this is not a new brand. It's been here for the past 20 years. We started businesses in Latin America since 2019 for pandemic. So the brand has been, let's say, really welcome on this market and is providing such features, good features that can help, let's say, big integrators or even end customers to help them in order to deploy a good networking setup. So we have well, currently we have more than 60 branches. Officially, that is something that needs to be updated, but talking about worldwide, we have more than 7,000 global employees and 20,000 global partners. We have business these days in every continent. So our business covering is more than 50 countries and regions. And something that is really important to mention is that we have 7 R&D centers in China because research and development is really important for us. And we have 2 operation centers in Beijing and Fuzhou, located in China. This is a company that the revenue is more than $1 billion a year. So 60% of that total amount is invested in research and development. 30% of that research and development is invested in frontier research, and 50% of our employees working on research and development centers. So that means, or this means that we're really care about innovating and bringing new features to our customers and clients, talking about networking solutions. So we are a leading manufacturing capability and qualification. So we're really certified by ISO. So that means that we can provide some guarantee and top quality. We have 23 production lines in production base that are also certified, and we produce our own chips. So that means that we're not going to run on a shortage, talking about supply in every continent to our distributors or clients in the world. One of the brands that let's say trust our networking brand, Reyee. One of them is Alibaba. That is this huge business online shop. Their data centers are made up with our products. ByteDance, that is the company behind TikTok, all their data centers are made up with our products as well. Another big company that is really important, but is only the Hong Kong branch that is located in China, is DHL Express. Their CCTV switches, all regarding to surveillance communication, is based on Reyee. Tencent, the company that is behind WeChat, hosts our products there. And we have an hotel that is a case of success in Turkey, a really big hotel with more than 1,000 access points for all the Wi-Fi coverage. We have Manila, that is a huge city in Asia. There is a coverage talking about Wi-Fi in the street. Uh, there are deployed more than 6,000 access points as well. And we have a couple of cases here in Colombia as well. We have a huge mall in Barranquilla that is the Caribbean coastline in Colombia. And we also have the Atlantic University that is a public, big university, huge university located in Barranquilla as well. So cloud leads the future. What this mean? Like I mentioned before, all our products are based or managed through our cloud, that is the Reyee Cloud. It is fully security compliance because it's hosted in Google Cloud. We are using GCP, and our product was totally or it's totally certified. So it doesn't have any cost. Our license are for lifetime, so you don't need any license. Are completely free, and it's unlimited because we are using the cloud. So we have some kind of scalability. So we have unlimited capacity. We provide enterprise grade features. It's really, really, really easy talking about maintenance. And since we are on GCP on Google Cloud, it's 90.99% of availability. So let's say that one data center is down. Let's say in America, we can query our data center in Latin America or even in Asia or even in Europe. Uh, we are there on the cloud since 2014. We have more than 12 million networking devices on board there these days, and we are serving 1.1 million of user, and we are covering more than 70 countries worldwide with our tenants. Regi Cloud have, let's say, Latin American tenant, Europe tenant, North America tenant, and Asian tenant. So you will be redirected to a cloud. So your data, your management should be near to your location, reducing the latency. So that is going to be like a cool feature provided by Regi Cloud to the users. So let's talk about the business and the product strategy of this brand. Uh, let's say that we have like here, like we can cross a line here dividing these two parts, the up part and the down part, and we provide them like switches and access point and routers and firewall for big system integrators or commercial YSP. That is another line that we have, but we are going to talk about Regi, the other brand that we have, and covers all the small and micro businesses, talking about CCTV and networking installers. And we also have a huge line of SOHO products for SMBs and small office and home offices as well. Our products compete directly with Ruckus, with Ubiquiti, with TP-Link, with the Link. Uh, I don't know if you know, but maybe Ubiquiti has this product that I remember that is called Cloud Key, something similar to what we have, but this comes with a cost, and this cost you need to renew per year. So we don't have that here. We are like a free license for lifetime, and we offer good performance, sufficient practical features. We have our own protocol that we call SON, Software from ISN Network, that is going to be your life really, really easy. And all of this comes with an attractive price with higher cost performance. So we have here our product family talking about Regi. That is the brand that we're going to promote today. It is based on Regi Cloud. Our Regi Cloud provides our self-organizing protocol, real topology, in real time. We can provide some features like reports. Our configs are based on scenarios. We provide a full setup of our LAN and diagnose, and we provide remote maintenance. So you can do it through the cloud, via website, or you can even do it to a mobile application. Talking about switches, we have a huge line of layer 3 chassis switches, so you can put blades in here and do like a really custom setup, more attached to your needs, let's say. We have layer 2 switches for basic needs with 16, 8, 24, 48 ports. And we also have our layer 2 plus gigabit switches that provide some kind of routing protocols. With the latest firmware upgrade for the switches, we can be able to turn the switches into a layer 3 gigabit switches. And we have a line for unmanaged switches, pretty basic one, ES0 and ES100. This factory phone it came made of plastic. So this cannot be managed on the cloud, but this kind of switches can at least can be seen on the cloud. So you at least will have the capability to see if the switch is up or down. But we also have our cloud managed switches, that is the SS1 and SS200 that provide such cool features in order to manage the switches remotely. And we have lines of access point, let's say indoor access point, Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 6. We're going to launch Wi-Fi 7 the next year. We have wall access points. Our access point are really popular in hotels because you are not going to lose the Ethernet port that you maybe can deploy on a hotel room. And this provides as well Wi-Fi 5, and next ones are going to provide Wi-Fi 6. We have a line of outdoor access point, so let's say omnidirectional and sectorized access point. Wi-Fi 6, we're going to launch Wi-Fi 7 as well. Some of these access points have like a fiber port, so you don't need to take care about long distance deployment. You can put some power to the access point in the final location and then run a fiber cable into the location, and you're going to have full transmission of data. And we also have wireless bridges from 1 kilometer to 5 kilometers. We have a line of industrial switches that are really certified with IP68, so no water or dust it is to come are going to come into the device. We also have a line of routers that we call NBR, that stands for New Business Routers. They provide like a routing capabilities with the latest protocols on the market, and also they have like some kind of IPS features, basic IPS features. So they are integrated with some basic security features as well. Uh, we also have a home Wi-Fi line where we have like these cool mesh routers and access points that are really simple to deploy and to use. You can put it into your house and then just put or press the mesh button, and after 3 minutes they are going to be onboarded on the mesh. They are going to form a mesh on your home. So we have like a verticals based solutions talking about office. Let's say bring your own device. We have some routers that you can put in a little office or maybe a restaurant. We have network solution as well, talking about access points and all this Wi-Fi coverage. And we have some cool CCTV network solutions talking about features that can restart a port, can fix problems, do cable tests on the port with these tiny switches. Let's say 5 port switches. They came with all these features if they are managed in the cloud, something that maybe is not easy to find in another vendors in the market, existing market. And we have as well our Reyee home Wi-Fi series that I was mentioning. They became a mesh. We have everything related to home and capabilities, talking about routing, some kind of security, little basic security. But this is more for home and little offices where you can deploy this model. But we have a full line of products talking about Wi-Fi 4, 5, and 6. So Reyee offers protection for all partners. Reyee distributors help the system integration to register on projects, and we have 2 month protections once the project's registration is approved by us. Um, this is another thing that is really important before we get into a practice part, and is to how long it takes to configure a network, right? Maybe if you don't have any capabilities talking about network or any knowledge, maybe it could take you like 2 hours, but maybe if you are a pro, it's going to take you 1 hour, or maybe 3 minutes. We can do all this configuration in less, let's say in 3 minutes. That is something that really, really, really cool and pretty convenient these days. Um, as I mentioned before, we use our self-organizing network. That is our protocol that helps in order to onboard all the family or the products that we have in the family in order to deploy like a wireless and wired network setup. Okay, so let's do a presentation here so you can see and have like a cool view of the products working in real life. So I have here my backpack. It's a setup composed or made up by 2 wireless access point, one PoE switch, and one easy gateway that is going to be our router for today. Okay. As you can see here, I have installed my Reyee application. So I'm going to go here into a project, and I have this back up and running, and right now is with the default configuration. So let's configure it together so you can see all the capabilities that we have here. So we're going to add a project, and it's really easy. You can do it scanning the QR code, or you can do it connecting to a Wi-Fi if you at least have some Wi-Fi device on it, let's say one access point. So I'm going to it in that way. It's asking me to connect some kind of to connect to the rigid SSID that is being broadcasted is a default one. And as you can see here, we have our easy gateway, our switch, and 2 access point, one ceiling access point and another wall access point. We're going to start the configuration. We're going to put here a project because our configurations are based on projects and scenarios. So let's give it a name in here. Let's call that AppCon 2023. I'm going here to put a password management. And I'm going to select a scenario here. Let's say that this is going to be deployed in an office. Okay, we're going to hit next. It's asking for a more secure password. I'm going to put another one. Okay, our easy gateways for routers comes with certain flavors that can let you to, let's say, put more ones, so you can convert a LAN port into a one because it has like a full load balancing capabilities. But in this case, I only have like a one internet connection, so I'm going to use to say to this particular setup that I'm going that I have just single one ISP. We can use a DHCP or a static IP address or even PPOE if you want. We can use VLANs if the internet is coming from another infrastructure. And we're going to click hit next here. I'm based in Colombia, so in order to stay compliance with all the telecommunication standards here and regulation, I'm going to set up Colombia. But as you can see here, we have a bunch of countries. I'm going to use or to enable here dual band 2.5 and 5 gigahertz, and I'm going to encrypt our my network, my Wi-Fi network. So I'm going here to put a password. Let's say pretty simple for today, 1 until 8. And I'm going to put here a name for the SSID that I'm going to broadcast. So I'm going to use AppCon 2023. Click save. And it's delivering all the configuration. So as you can see, it's really, really simple to do it. I'm doing this from my iPad, but you can also do it from the website, the cloud website. And it's really, really nice because most of the setup with another vendors, you need to connect like a serial cable, then do other stuff before you can connect to existing setup. So we're going to connect in here, and let's take a look for the Wi-Fi that we just created. Okay, it's reconnecting. Now I'm connected to the other network. I will go back to the project. And as you can see, well, it was added successfully. In the previous time, with another devices, it will take at least 30 minutes or 1 hour. Like I was saying, if you don't have any knowledge about network, it will take you like 2 hours at least. But now we are completing here. Okay, just give me a second since like I'm having some issue with this application in order to broadcast. I'm going to start the broadcast again. Okay, we're back. This is mostly due because I changed my SSID for the new SSID that we're working on it. So as you can see here, we have our project just really configured, really easy. We can see in a more graphical way talking about the topology. If we click on here on the topology sign, so as you can see here, we have our internet connection and we have our easy gateway and our easy switch and a group of access point, the ceiling and wall access point. If we go back and we go here to workspace, switch it here to the cloud, we're going to have Wi-Fi settings, so you can configure here the password. You can even see it in here, do some configuration, enable the dual radios or disable one of them, change the encryption. All of that is possible inside the application. We can even reboot the whole setup. We can schedule it as well. This is something really good because sometimes if we have like a high transmissions talking about data, it's a concurrent network located in, let's say, in one mall or one big infrastructure. Maybe you would desire to reboot the entire setup, let's say once a year or something like that. That is something that we can schedule as well. And if we go back here, we have some alarms that we can enable as well. So you're going to receive alarms if you go here into this little bell, and you will receive new notification. In this case, we have a new notification that is saying that there is a new version available. I think that this is for the access point. There is a new firmware version. If you're going to use this kind of setup in order to have the full capabilities and latest features, it is highly recommended to upgrade your devices to the latest firmware version. And something that is really cool and it's worth to mention these days is that when we do a setup, it's really annoying to do all the paperwork because we need to deliver some kind of report to the client. So let's say that here we can build a report. It's really easy. Doesn't take more than 1 or 2 minutes. Something that can take us hours in the real life, let's say, just to do it. So it's really good. We have some customization features. So it's built in the report. As you can see here, we have some kind of content, basic info. Let's say that we don't have this icon in here. We can also edit it. and just say that I'm going to change the logo. We can use let's use the AppCom logo here, and it's going to be changed. So we can customize our report. We can even put a team member if you want your name on it, or let's say the company. I'm going to put here AppCon, and let's put my name. And the same that my current role, I'm an engineer. Let's put a fake number in there just for demonstration purposes. We are going to save in here. It's successful to save it. And it's going to build the report again, but with all the changes that we just did. So here we have the logo, we have the contents, we have even the team. So here I put my name and my job if somebody needs to contact me. The configuration, the existing configurations that we have created a VLAN. We have loop prevention of these tiny switches as well. This is like an enterprise feature that we have in our SMB line of products, but it's enabled in here. And we have a device list of what we have in our existing setup. A switch, a POA switch, a gateway, and a couple of access points. We have some access points as well with their serial numbers and a little topology in here. This is something really nice. You don't need to go into drop.io or maybe use Visio in order to do this, because okay, you can do it there. You need to download an stencil and customize all the devices, but if this can be do it by the application, our application or the website, is going to save you a lot of time. And then we have here how the devices are connected and their serial numbers of it. You can even export it or share it via PDF or doc, so you can continue customizing, and let's say on Word or another editor on your computer. You can even share your your project. Let's say that you need some kind of support. Maybe you can share it to an engineer of AppCom, so you can give a read and write permission, so you can put it on read only, and you can assign, let's say, like a validation time. So it's going to buy after 1 day, 1 week, or you can set up a custom time. But this is something really cool because we have this feature that you can share the project via WeChat. You can copy the link and put it on an email. You can do it via WhatsApp. So this is really nice because if you are stuck on some configuration and you live in, let's say, another remote part of the world, you can share the project. Somebody at AppCon or with the brand can log in inside your setup and do the fixing or fix the issues that you are having at this particular time or in that scenario. We have some kind of AI diagnostics. This is really cool because sometimes we have like a we have to troubleshoot the setup. So our cloud works with some AI in the backend, and it's going there or is there to help us in the troubleshooting scenario. So we can start the diagnostics and see what is failing in this time. I think that we don't have any failures here. Well, there is a DNS ports exception. This is something related to a DNS resolution. So if we click here, it says this DNS resolution has experienced 2 significant delays. I'm using my connection here at home. So yes, this is going to be pretty common because the one interface, I'm not receiving like a public IP address on my one interface and not in the traffic. So it has to query 2 times the DNS server. So it provides you a solution like, or some recommendation like verify DNS server connectivity or use another DNS server. I can put or assign another DNS server into my ISP modem here. I'm using Google DNS servers at this time, but this is something that will help you to fix. There are another scenarios that it will show you here a button saying fix it. So you don't need to do anything, just click that button and your problem is going to be fixed. If we go back again, we are seeing that we have like 2 sites in here as well, 2 more sites, advanced scenarios. So if we go into advanced, you are going to see really, really cool features here. Let's say like the wireless optimization. You know that more persons are bringing more Wi-Fi device into the spectrum, and the spectrum is being polluted more every day as the days go by. So you can optimize uh, all the parameters in order, and what it's going to do in the back end is to uh, do like a complete survey. All the devices are going to be disconnected, but the application is going to optimize those parameters based on KPIs. So it's really, really, really convenient because you can even schedule it, and at the end it will give you some kind of report saying, okay, I adjusted these channels, I moved from this channel to the other channel, I changed the channel bandwidth, the channel width, or I adjusted the power transmission. Is something that is really, really nice, and it doesn't take too much time. In fact, we can run it in the background if you need to do other stuff or other kind of configurations in the application. Um, we have some kind of flow app control, let's say some content filtered. So it's really nice because here, let's say if you enable the smart flow control, you can put here that our, let's say in order to limit our one speed, because maybe we're using like a shared one with other customers in the infrastructure. But here I can say, okay, I can use 100 megabits of upload and 200 megabits of download, and it's going to work. So is enabled, and even we can, so the connection is going to be restricted to those numbers, but we can even use app control. We can create here a policy, we can select the application. Let's say that, let's take a look and just create a really quick one. Let's say that I want to block YouTube, right? And users, I'm going to select my VLAN or my subnet, and here I'm going to just look up, because we have like a categories here there. So let's say that I'm going to look out for YouTube, and it's saying to me that it's under video. We have a subcategory HTTP video, and we have Google Video YouTube. So we're going to click in here, and let's say that I can block it if I have like a setup on a company that I don't want anybody to see videos on their office hours, on their office shift. But let's say that I really want them to view it because it could be some kind of distraction at a lunch hour. Okay, everybody's going to be allowed to see YouTube, but I can prioritize it and just say it here. Okay, what is going to be the level of priority? Low, because I need to assure that I need to assure or guarantee that all the traffic, the business traffic, is going to be guaranteed in the network. So it's really nice features that we have. If we go here again to wireless optimization, I think that it should be done. Well, it's still scanning, so it says that takes around 10 minutes. Okay, it's doing it. We can do also another configurations. We have DHCP snooping. I don't know if you are seeing the, okay, seeing it there. It's kind of slow because it's a wireless transmission. Okay, you can see it there, and you see that we have DHCP snooping. We have loop prevention is enabled on our switches as well. We have some kind of VPNs, so we can create VPN side to side and client to side as well. We use L2TP, OpenVPN, such popular protocols on internet. We can create captive portals as well. Yes, I think that it's kind of slow because of the wireless optimization that is doing the application that I'm using, but just give me a second. Okay. You can see now again. Okay, if you go back, well, the optimization was completed. It was realized on a quick mode. We have like a deep and a quick mode. Two access points were optimized, and user experience was up to 100%. If you're seeing here, we were using the channel 60 and on 5 gigahertz, and it moved automatically to 149. Power was uh, by default by auto, but it was set up to 100%, and sensitivity changed from 0 to 84. So these are KPIs that are going to help us in our network, and you can schedule it. Let's say that you can schedule for every Sunday at 3 a.m. So all the devices are going to be disconnected, let's say for 1, 2, or 3 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes, but the network is going to be optimized right away. So at the next day, people is not going to have, they are not going to have like, or they are not going to experience like latency and lagging problems, talking about VPNs or maybe Teams, but because there are applications on internet that are don't need like a huge bandwidth, but they are really sensitive to talking about communication stability. And if we go here, we are seeing on scenarios that we can select from several scenarios: office, auto, BS. Every scenario comes with different features. So for office, here we have bring your own device. We can do some kind of network planning as well. We create VLANs, we can create subnets, SBIs. We even have the content filter, that is the application protocol, the smartphone protocol that I show you. We can create user management. We can even create a guest Wi-Fi. We can create the captive portal as well based on groups and vouchers. So let's say that we are going to enable here the guest Wi-Fi. This is really, really needed in most of the setups. So I'm going to assign here a guest network, and I'm going to put a password here. Okay, I'm going to use a WPA as an encryption mode, and I'm going to select dual band, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. It's going to use the VLAN 231, that is our subnet that we have configured, and then it's going to be guest Wi-Fi. And if we click here, it's really simple. So it was configured. We have our VLAN parameters, the subnet, which access points this configuration was deployed, or is going to be deployed, sorry, and it takes control, or it takes all the configuration from us, or not needing us in order to tag VLANs from ports or access port. This is done completely by the application itself. So if we go here to project details, guest Wi-Fi was enabled. And if we check here on Wi-Fi, we have here the guest network that we just created. It is in here, yes. So if I put the password here, I'm going to be redirected to a guest network, or connected to a guest network. Going back to the devices, something that it's really, really nice and convenient for, let's say, the CCTV installer and integrators is our switch. You can configure some kind of loop prevention. We have a protocol that is called RLDP. So RLDP is our loop prevention protocol. It's enabled by default in all of our switches. So if I connect, or I made a loop, because I connect one cable from one port to another port in the same switch, it's going to create a loop. So maybe the switch is going to be broke down. It's going to break down all the network, but that is not going to happen in our brand, not even in our tiny switches. And this is a feature that all our switches have. And it's really, really cool, and something neat and pretty convenient in some scenarios and infrastructures. We can do also a cable test. It's going to tell us if some pair is open, or maybe there is no connection to the end device. And we have this really cool feature that is called long distance transmission. So this is pretty convenient, and quite convenient for CCTV installers, because maybe you need to run a camera more than 100 meters, that is the standard, but you can extend it here with our products to 250 meters using Cat5e or Cat6. And what it's going to do is to reduce the throughput from 100 megabits or 1 gigabit to just 10 megabits, but those 10 megabits are going to be more than enough for a HD camera located 250 meters away. And it's not like other brands that they have fixed port, or maybe you need to enable this feature in all the 24 or 16 or 48 ports on the switch, because maybe you have connected their servers, or you have connected their access point, and you need the whole throughput because they are transmitting huge bulks of data. This is not going to happen in our switches. We can do it in a granular way. Let's say I'm going to enable the port number 2. Just click here and save it. And only this port is going to act as a long distance transmission, just extending the configuration, extending the data transmission to 250 meters, and all the other ports are going to remain the same, working at the high nominal throughput speed that they have configured on it, and it's going to work really well. We can even reboot the switches, and we can even power cycle these ports as well. If we click here on restart, it is going to shut down the port and reboot it. So there are cases where you have like surveillance devices, cameras connected really far, or in another facilities that you are not needing that modem. You can do it from the web application. So it's pretty simple to reboot a port where a camera is connected and recover it, because these cameras have like a tiny hardware with tiny buffers. So it's pretty convenient for most of the users that are on the streets, or maybe cannot go to that side, or not look out for a ladder and just go into the ceiling in order to reboot a camera manually. We can even select here the device that we have connected there on the end device. Let's say that I have a camera. And also we can edit here and just put a name in here. Let's say that we have like a PTC camera. Okay. So it is completed, and as you are seeing here, it's really cool to see it. We can monitor the port as well. We selected the port number 1 as a camera, so we can see the transmission that we have and the PO that is consuming, because we have a budget as well. Let's say that I here have like I don't have cameras in my system set up. I have connected here really an access point, and I have connected another access point. This is the uplink to the gateway. The consumption at this time is 9.4 watts from an existing available budget of 44.6. So it's really nice that you can have all these features in those tiny switches as well. I was saying that we can also do the update here on basic. Just give me a second. And as you are seeing here, we have like available 2 firmware upgrades for this access point. I can do it right away, or let's say I can schedule it as well if I don't want any kind of disruption at this moment. And another test, or the final test that I will do today, just to show you our cool features of all our switches that we have in the brand, is that I was mentioning before, I have the loop prevention enabled. So what I'm going to do is here just to connect a cable from the port 3 to from the port 2 to the port 3. So it's going to try to make a loop. And here you are not seeing it because I don't have a way to show you the backpack that I have here. But the port, the switch remains stable, is working at this time. And as you can see here, it is detecting that there is a loop on the port number 3. So switch is stable, everything is working as expected. Port 3 was disabled temporarily. In fact, I have a blinking light there just showing me here, this is the port that is failing, you need to disconnect the cable, and we can receive an alert saying here, okay, a loop just occurred on the interface port 3, please check the cable connection to fix the loop. So if I disconnect the cable back, switch is going to recover in some time. Okay, and it's working at this time. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to manage the switches as well. So thank you guys. I highly recommend you to scan the code, because if you just scan the code over there, you will have like a demo project on your application. And well, I think that we reached the part where you can have some questions. If you are interested in another features, just put it on the questions panel So I will have give like 5 or 10 minutes in order to answer them. Okay, I don't think that we have any questions at the moment, but if you want, just reach EPCOM. I'm going to leave here my email address, so you can put it in here. Just give me a second. So there you go. Please feel free to reach or put any questions on my email so we can answer them and we can help you in order to clarify some questions or doubt that you have, even talking about the products, features, and all that stuff. Well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure, and thank you for your time today. Bye. Take care.